Hello and welcome to my 4-step guide to running the contested zones and getting your first executive hangar ship. I take you through from printing your first read keycard to printing the comp ports to pulling up the executive hangar ship. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe and enjoy. Alright, we're going to be starting with Checkmate though. But before we can go into the Checkmate contested zone, we need to go get ourselves a red card. And to get one of those, we'll bring up our map and we'll search PYM. Oh no, not PYM, just PY, and we'll go PYAM Supervisor 35. Because that is the closest station here. We go here to print out a red card to get through the red keycard door inside. Now, where is it? There it is. Not me is there. Alright, so now that we have arrived from Checkmate, we want to go down right over here. Down past this part here. We'll come up to seeing the supervisor station soon. And we'll get in. But basically you see those red lights. You go on this side. And kind of just follow the path I'm going. And you won't have to fight any NPCs. And you won't have to deal with the AA turrets of the station. We can just get it nice, smoothly, and with a lot of ease. And park in a very close proximity to the front door. And we are recording this in front of a live audience. Thank you for the follow gold. Alright, now once you get in under here, you will see right here a nice little gap for you to go park in. A lot of ships will fit in here, but a smaller ship is obviously better. Alright, let's get out. And to get to the front door, it's as simple as going up, turn slightly, and straight in under here. Luckily we've got a ship in front of us that also helps guide us in the location. Alright, yes. Nom's time lurking? Okay. Have some good food. Alright, we're now approaching the front door. Some people like to bring bigger ships and their bikes and just ride in right next to it. I prefer my smaller ships though. Once we're inside, we cycle. Now, you can have a couple of Scorpions in here at times, and I always like to shoot those. But the Scorpions will run up from down bottom here, up top. Luckily, they haven't spawned this time. Now, just keep following the same path I have. It seems someone has already been through here, because there's normally mines on this part here. I normally shoot that to get rid of them easiest. So we could have another player in here. We've got some NPCs. Now at this part here, we have two ways to go. We've got right, left. Left takes us to where the key card is. Right here will actually take us through to get a fuse, which we will need to get in. And here's a couple of Scorpions in this room as well. There should be about 3 spawned in of different varieties. As we can see, we've got a irradiated one. That's probably a Savannah one. Probably another Savannah one. But you can also find cave Scorpions in here at times, which is kind of interesting. But we just push in, grab this fuse, and we'll keep going. Now, if that fuse is not there, do not panic. There is another fuse location. I will also show you where that is during this video. We just come through here again. Oh, that was lucky. That didn't actually explode on me. God damn. I don't think I've ever had that much luck with one of those mines. Oh, looks like we got an NPC that's just scared. Alright, now we're in the main room. What you gotta watch out for is not normally NPCs spawn this side, but they will spawn on this side, like right there. So just be careful about them shooting. Now there's the fuse door that we have to go through, but if we go to the side here, and jump up this way, we'll be heading towards where another fuse can spawn. Now don't be scared to explore in here as well, because there are loot areas. One of them being down there and that door there, but you go down this end here to put a fuse in to get in. So there could be juice for having 2 fuses, if loot is spawning. Sometimes a box can spawn there, but it's never anything really good, which is unfortunate. But we just jump down here, and that's where we can get our second fuse. And this is also another area that has some stuff, like this Custodian SMG that has a 1x low light scope on it. If you are in need of low light scopes, this place can get you a couple. But we just jump back up, out, go around, and head back out, and we'll go into the fuse door now. Now, on the other side of the fuse door, there's always going to be a total of 4 NPCs. We'll just re-pull our ammo with Alt 1 if you did not know that, and head on in. Now, a good tip is always to make sure you close this door behind you, just in case someone else is coming in behind you. They can't just run in right away. Now there'll be 2 enemies on this side and 2 enemies on this side, except for they are dead. Alright, so I'm just going to check in the middle here. So that's where we print the card, and it looks like someone has been here recently. They managed to get here before me and print it, which is unfortunate. It means I'm going to have to wait. But we just come over to this side here, on the right hand side as you come in. Jump up, turn around, run, jump across. Up, and then simple drop down, in, and this is where we print the red key card. Alright, I'll bring you back when I've got it. Alright, so we have the red key card ready to print, so let's print that out. Grab it, and we'll start heading out. And one thing I forgot to mention is this is pyro. Obviously, people could come at any time and shoot you, so always be ready for a fight. Alright, now that we got that, let's run back out this way, go through this door, and wrap around to the back to the same side that we used to jump up, as there's an elevator that takes us the safest way back out of this area. You can also go back out through the front door that you came in, if you feel like it, but I have run into people on my way back out. So if you're not confident in a gunfight, it's best to follow this route. Back to your ship. Simple elevator, ride, a double cycle because someone else has gone out this way. I think a lot of people do tend to go out this way. I would normally personally go out through the front way because I am confident in a gunfight of winning. But that's just personal preference. Alright, once we get out here, to get back to where we were, we just float out to the front. And then we hit a hard right, and you can see your ship. I'll meet you back in the ship. Alright, we're back in our ship. So let's just turn around and head out the same way we came in. Once we get to about here, it's fairly safe to turn it back into nav mode. Look up and you'll find Checkmate right there. And just head on back and I'll catch you back at Checkmate. Alright, so you just got back to Checkmate with your red key card in hand. You got your ammo, your armor. It's time to head over to the contested zone. This is the main terminal area, the entrance where you come in, if you did not know, and we just follow the signs for the transit. Apparently get pushed around as well. God damn it. Alright, let's get up here. You just follow the same path I'm taking to get to where the contested zone is. It's down by the shops. As you can see, there is a sign there pointing contested zone this way. That's the only good thing about this game, is there are signs pointing you to where you need to go every time you need to go there. Now, we can just follow these stairs down. around and to the left, avoiding the NPCs running into you and the naked people running around apparently. Now we get to this part here, and you can see contested zone sign pointing you in the right direction. This is one of 2 entry points, the other one being, if I just go back up here for a second, over there. You can see the sign right there. It's just over there on the left, which is good to know if one of these doors doesn't want to cycle, because in the current patch of 4.7.2 I believe, no, 4.7.1, they can be broken and not cycle. Hopefully I choose a server that it does work on, otherwise this is going to be slightly awkward when I run up to the store. Alright, let's cycle. And this one is working. Alright, now while you're standing here, you are safe. No one can shoot you, you cannot shoot anyone. But as soon as you cross over into here, you can pull out your gun. So this is where the contested zone starts, and the PvP can commence if there's more people. I do suggest running this in a group of 2 to 3 if you can, but it's a very easily to do solo, especially if you are in a group. Now, there is a trick to get past these mines without with triggering them off without getting hit. But if you want to be stealthy, you go up this way and we follow around. Now, I'll show you the trick to trigger these mines without getting hit. You just run to the side and around. Quite easy. But for the stealthy, more approach, come up this way and you just go around here. And then you can get in here. I have used this approach before to kill 2 people that were sitting here. And we get to our first fuse door, and there is 1 fuse box here, ready to use. There is also one just down here, right where this player is. Poor fella, poor fella. But yeah, we got a fuse box right there. So he would have heard me set off that mine, and he was kind of playing it safe, thinking I was about to run straight across the front. Unfortunately for him, I didn't. Now, this should be inserting fuse when I press F here. The server seems to want to have big problems right now, so we'll just carry the fuse and do it that way. Oh no. Are we about to have a 30k or a server error? Okay. Well, we're waiting for whatever's happening to happen. Let's go see what this guy had on him. Oh, he had a blue keycard, which is nice. We do need one of those, so we're just going to take it for now. And we're going to take his fuses. He's just running with a parallax rifle. I will suggest don't use parallax rifle in here. It is not the best of weapons for PvP with its overheat function. Now, oh, there we go. Now it's working. And this is why we always close doors behind us as well, because that dude can respawn with basically everything still on him except for stuff in his bag and come back. Now we have another fuse box here, so if you did not get extra fuses in that room, you're going to need one more. Let's suggest grabbing that one, and we just push through. We need to push over to that door there. Safest way to do that is up through here, and if you're lucky you can crouch under this. We got lucky with it not detonating, but we didn't get lucky without it not activating. There seems to be quite a few bodies in here today, and someone has been in here. Alright, so we're going to push through this door here so we can go get a blue keycard. Now we did get that red for that red door just up there, but we also have another player. Let's just make sure we did down him. We did. Perfect. He had his quartz out and he was trying to kill me with quartz. He also had a blue keycard. But let's push through. I think they were waiting for someone with a red keycard. Now, if we do have no blue keycards printable in here, we'll just come back and we'll grab his one. Now, just on the other side of this door, there can be 2 enemies spawn sitting behind that box and 1 sitting behind that box. So do be careful, because they will just start lasering you while you're waiting to be able to close that door behind you. It sounds like we do have some NPCs around here. But it sounds like they are up top there and we don't need to worry about them. So let's just push through. Over this way. You can quite clearly run between the gap there. You don't have to shoot any mines really in this game. Well, in this contested zone at least. Actually, we'll run around like this. So NPCs can spawn this side and shoot you. There should be NPCs this side as well shooting at you. But at the moment we have spawn problems and nothing spawning. And as you can see, this blue keycard printer has been printed, so we need to push back. But we would grab that. There is loot in this room as well. Explore at your leisure. At the moment, loot doesn't seem to want to spawn for us, which is unfortunate. Now we'll just get back through into the main room. Now this is also a part that could be dangerous for me, because I've already killed 2 players. There could be more, or both of them could be coming back. And if they're part of a team, that could be bad for me. If I do not take the fight correctly. And also another great reason to shut doors behind you.
Emergency access granted.
Now, keep an eye out on that door there. There's also another way in. Let's go. Grab his blue keycard. So we need that further in. Oh, can we see anyone around? Just make sure that we're not about to be shot in the back. No. This is where... Yep, that's where it works. If you can't get the press F to work, try just pressing I twice, and that should give you the option to be able to do that. And hey, St. Patrick, going good, just recording a YouTube video right now. Alright, now we got that in, got that door closing, we pushed through. It looks like we got people dead, lots of NPCs dead. Now, there's always NPCs on the sides there, but there isn't today. I quite like it when there's not NPCs, it makes the runs a lot faster through here. But then again, I also like it when there is NPCs and there's actually a wee bit of resistance. Now, there are a couple of ways to get to board number 1 to print. I am just going to take you the most direct way there. But right here is a little vent. You can get in through there, and that is a sneaky way to get in. What was that back there? Nothing. Seeing stuff. Don't mind me. Let's go. Push in up the stairs. Wait. I'll make sure that you guys know exactly where I'm going. We just walked in through there. Come this way. Vent here. In. Around. Up and around the stairs. There it is. And then we just go straight ahead. Always check that side there, just in case there's some players about to open the blue keycard door, which is over that way. They might try and shoot you in the back. And we've got the printer just down below us. We can use up here to kind of check for players that are hiding in behind. But doesn't look like we have any. Now, another thing is players like to sit in here. I've done it myself before. There's no one there though, luckily. And we get to just print. Excellent. And look, there's a dead body right there. Let's pull out the tractor beam. He was a wee bit hidden, but yeah, he's right there. That's one place people like to sit. Another one is right there. But now we got board number 1 of 7. Now this is the part that's easiest because we are just pushing through to the end room now, through the blue keycard door, which is closed. And we have another body in front of it. It's like an NPC body. Alright, and we also have no one. Yeah, we'll look to the left there because that's where we walked up right there. Just in case someone else is coming up and looks like someone's tried to glitch through the door. As far as I know, that should be fixed. As far as I know. If it's not, let me know. Because it'd be good to know if I have to still deal with people doing that. I dislike people glitching through the doors. I've killed multiple people doing it. Alright, now we're going to the observation deck. Once we get out of this elevator, we're going to have to look right because that is the second way to get through to the end room right there. People could be coming through that elevator door. Luckily we don't. I go through here as well and jump over this, just that way we do not trigger any explosives. Now because there's no NPCs here, we could just run this way, but there is another way to get down. I'll make sure you know exactly where this is. If it wants to let me back up. Well, anyway, just on the side here, you can come down. We can go down in here. You can either have your light on or turn on low light scope. I'd prefer to turn on low light scope so that way no one knows where I am. Just drop out here. We can run over and jump over that, but there will be corpins down here. Or we can go across this onto that beam there and up and through there. That is the way we're going to go. Once we get around here. Get around. As you can see, there's that. Or you can just turn your light quickly. Jump over. Up. And then over here. And we're at the bottom of the end room. Now as long as you get both boards printed and if someone kills you, backspace instantly. But as you can see, we've got 18 minutes to wait for the print, which is unfortunate. Especially since we have the harder board to get in here. Number 1. We'll go around, we'll see what the other one is. And if it's also very long, it is. We will just go put this board onto the elevator and send it down so we can secure it. And then we'll wait for those two to be printable. Now, there is normally a lot of loot in here on these shelves, and these ones. But Star Citizen just doesn't want to work well this patch. But this is the freight elevator. There are some B-grade components in here that you can send down. There's also 1A SCUs of Eatum, Slam, and Maze you can find in here. You can make a couple 100k if you take it all and go sell it. But I will bring you back when I can print boards 2 and 3. And we've secured board 1 so far. Alright, let's print number 3. And number 2 should also be ready to printed. And then we're done in Checkmate. We can push through to the next one. Come on. Move. Open. There we go. Now, we just push back around to where number 2 is. And then we'll push up to back to where the elevator was. The freight elevator. Because there is our elevator to get out up there as well. I cannot words properly sometimes and stumble across my own words. It is a very bad thing. Alright, there's number 2 printed. Now let's get out of here. While I was waiting to actually print those 2 boards, I did have another player come in and I managed to shoot him as well. Unfortunately for him, I caught him on a ladder. So he died pretty easily. But there's a freight elevator. We got this elevator here. This one takes us all the way back out. And with that, you guys have now completed the Checkmate run and got on boards 1, 2, and 3. I'll catch you in the next one where we run Obituary. See yous.